So welcome to this episode of PM's Red Room. I know it's been a minute since I've done an episode, but this is today the first opening of Why Won't They Leave, the play in regards to domestic violence. So I have the cast here of Why Won't They Leave. I have Dante, I have Al, I have Angie, I have Cheryl, I have James. So I'm just gonna, and I'm Paris, the writer and director. So I'm just gonna ask just a few questions in regards to the characters that they play and maybe some experiences that they may have had. So Al is a writer and a director as well. So I want to start with you. You play Max, who is an abuser, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So is that anything like your character? Have you been in anything?
I have never been in an abusive relationship, but I do have friends and family members that have been in abusive relationships.
So how do you feel about playing that character?
Ooh, honestly, I like it because it's a different role. But after being in the shoes of an abuser, it makes me look at things a lot different. Like, I do have an attitude, but it never has gotten to that, that point to where I have to put my hands on somebody. But it makes me look at, okay, just because we have a disagreement, I don't have to get that upset.
Okay.
So it changed my views on a lot of things.
So how did you feel when I came to you about this role? Like, did you think you could do it? Was it a struggle? Do you have to mentally separate yourself to become that abusive person?
When you first came to me, I did think that I couldn't do it because, like I said, I've never been in that situation. This was a different role from all the other roles that I've played, and so I had to mentally get myself together. So before rehearsals, I would meditate. There's been times that I looked at different movies that displayed domestic violence, like Tina Turner and stuff like that, and movies along those lines. So it was a lot of preparation to get to this point.
Well, you are killing the role.
Well, thank you.
You would never think that you were not an abusive person because you have that role down pat.
Well, thank you, but I'm not that type.
Dante.
How you doing?
Good. So you play, let me move back some. I don't want to fall here, but let me move back some. So you play Brandon,
Yes.
who is getting abused. Have you ever been in anything like that?
As far as the physical abuse, no. As far as mental, emotional abuse, yes.
In a relationship?
In a relationship.
Wow.
I would say for me, when it comes to relationships, I'm like the one who like to settle down as far as not getting too loud, not getting too agitated, because I know how I would be if I do. So that was a long process in my life to work on. So to actually be in a role where it doesn't even matter whether or not I'm trying to calm things down. As far as Brandon, it's like a shut off. So getting in that role when you approach me with it kind of hit home for me. So it's kind of hard to try to put myself in the shoes of Mario in the shoes, and how I take on it. It's different. But through rehearsals, as the coaching, as everybody else had their feedback, I was finding more things, more Brandon that fits him more than fit me, while also trying to connect it to him. Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense. So how do you actually feel about doing it? Like, is it bringing back any type of memories?
I would say in one part of the scene, it did.
Okay.
Given the fact that I would say the scene where I guess Brandon being yelled at, and a part of me wanted to go back at him, but then that side of me back in my mind, in my experience is dude, don't. That's not it. Just let it go. It's gonna be over no matter what. Just let it go. So it's that part that gets me the most, but that's why I kind of that's what I'm looking for. Separate. If that makes sense. So yeah, it's that scene right there that gets me a lot. So when Max is doing his thing, I kind of stare back, coach. This is happening. This is it.
Gotcha. Well, you're doing a good job because you didn't start with us in the beginning. You kind of came in, kind of still in the beginning when we were rehearsing. So you fit right in.
Thank you.
So Angela, hello. You are the counselor of you're his boss. So you're giving him advice because you've been through it before, right?
Yes.
So you're giving him advice as far as like how to leave. And I know you were on Cheryl's show Monday, and she asked you like how was the character fitting, and you said that you are the friend where people come to you to ask you for advice.
Mhm.
So how do you feel about that? Because I know you got a large sibling family as well. It's 3 sisters and it's 1 brother.
Yes. So emotionally, it took, the character of me is taken me by emotion. That's why I'm getting so into the character.
Mm-hmm. Good job.
Because I'm feeling it, of me dealing with other people who come to me, and I give them advice what to do, whatever, and they listen to me, So the character is very touching and spoke-hearted. I love, so it says a lot. My character just bring me, that's me all the way, with a little sense of humor,
Right.
in it too. So I'm carrying with a sense of humor.
Okay.
So
how do you feel about this? Are you excited? Because this is like
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
This is one of my dreams.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's one of my passions, one of my dreams.
Because I know when you came, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I know when you came to me with it, I did not take you serious because you're very quiet, very mellow. I just didn't see you getting on the stage, but you have really shown out.
Thank you.
So Cheryl,
Yes.
Mrs. Entrepreneur, nurse,
Too
everything.
much.
You play the abusive wife, and your job that you do, you actually care and take care of people.
Mm-hmm.
How were you able to turn into that Maxine lady?
Believe it or not, I actually felt a little sorry for my character. Being isolated, not being able to pursue her dreams. I can relate to that part. People being really negative towards, or feeling a lack of support.
Oh yeah.
So I felt sorry for her, but at the same time, I didn't like her because she's so aggressive, so abusive. And even though that's not my personality, I know people like her.
Mm-hmm.
So I just, I was excited when I was offered the role because I said, I'm going to act like such and such.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to act like my whoever, such as, So, but I just really just tried to channel people that I knew that had her similarities. But at the same time, I understood where she came from a little bit.
You're so humble. You're so humble in like real life. Like if someone shares a post or anything, you take the time out to thank everybody
Absolutely.
individually. So it's like you're completely opposite of that character that you're playing.
Maxine is very egotistical, and she has a big ego. And me personally, I know that building a community is what makes you successful. And by building a community, you have to show everyone that you appreciate what they do, even if they don't buy or even if they don't come to your events. As long as they're like sharing a post, they're showing you that they care. So yes, we are opposite in that way. Yes.
Okay. All right, and James. I call James my Denzel Washington because James came on 2 weeks before production.
Yes.
And he just fit right in, very professional, learned the role. He was actually in Al's production, both of his productions, because as I said, Al is a writer and a director as well. James, you're the one getting mistreated.
I know.
How do you feel about that character?
I feel bad for him. I feel like it's different because I'm actually not used to playing this type of role. I'm normally playing the bad guy, the villain, or the a-hole. That's the roles I'm really usually play. I'm really stubborn, so for me to have to lower myself to get bullied by, especially a lot of people, a woman, it's different. But I had to put myself in the mindset of somebody that is, I don't know, a pushover.
Yeah.
Because it's okay, that's a pushover. He's a
Not
pushover.
alpha. Yeah, he's a beta.
Yeah. And, I don't know. I'm excited to get into the role. I'm excited to play it.
And you caught right on.
Well, thank you for giving me this opportunity as well.
Oh, you're welcome. So this is the cast for Why Won't They Leave. So me, Paris. Has Paris been in an abusive relationship? I absolutely have. I did. Shortly after I was married, I was with the guy that I didn't really know. And he moved in and things kind of went bad. The only difference is that when you're going through that, like I explained on Cheryl's show, I have a brother that I love with all my heart and soul, and I call him the equalizer, right? So like, I didn't want him to know because I didn't want him to harm anybody and go to jail, and then I knew I wasn't done with the person. You know, that's many reasons why people may not leave right away. But when I knew that it was a possibility that he could go to sleep and may not wake up because of me, it was time for us to go our separate ways. Being in an abusive relationship, you don't want judgment. You don't want to be looked and laughed at or made fun of. It's so many different emotions that run through you, and then in your mind, they weaken your mind. That didn't happen as far as that went, as far as on me, but they try. That's how they start. They start as far as in your mind, and then breaking you down to the point where you just feel like I can't leave. No one else will want me, or it's hard to just start over. So I know that I have done a couple of shows in regards to domestic violence. I've had a few different people that went through it on PM's Red Room, and we've talked about different subjects, different scenarios, and why, why didn't I leave? Maybe because I had a child and I wanted the father to be in the child's life, or the woman, or just all of the things. But I will say this: you have to leave when you're ready, and sometimes it just may be too late. When it's toxic and it's back and forth, someone's going to eventually get hurt. So we're bringing this horrific topic to life about domestic violence. And hopefully someone in one of these 4 audiences, because we had 4 shows, will get the message and maybe they'll get help. I'm not expecting them to go and run to the police chief and say, oh my God, help me, save me, but casually. There is information in the souvenir books to where you can contact somebody, and even if it's not in your county, they will get you over to the right person. So I want to thank you guys, because we have rehearsal, for taking the time out to give a brief introduction. I have an all-star cast. This has been a 4 or 5 month journey. Yeah, Al has been with me from the very beginning, from like 5 years ago. So this has been an exciting journey, and it's only going to get better and bigger. So I want to thank you guys for watching PM's Red Room. Also, check Cheryl out on Mondays, 3 to 4, Behind the Muse. She has a lot of good topics that she covers. Al has a play coming in August, Gotta Make It Last. Angela will be in something soon. James will be in Gotta Make It Last again. And then Tay, you'll probably be in Al's play too, or the next project that we have coming. I want to thank you, and thank you for tuning in to PM's Red Room. Have a great day. Bye.